I slice 1 banana per baggie, and I slice 6 to 8 bananas at a time, and then freeze them overnight. So the last step here was to put the pudding into the ice cube trays, and then I drizzled on some caramel on top of them, and now I'm going to cover it with saran wrap and put it into the freezer. Today we're going to make our chocolate almond ice cream. So I just took these out of the freezer and I just let them sit for a few minutes just to make it a little bit easier to take them out of the tray. And then what I do is I end up putting them into a freezer bag. So let's take them out. See, it makes it that much easier to take them out of the tray. And I also did the same with my banana slices. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to assemble the Unan's machine. I'm just going to show you how easy it is. So the ice cream will be flowing right from this section right here. And so this little disc will go right into the center. And this little rubber gasket goes into the rim of this flat plate. And then I'm just going to screw it. And then I'm just going to, there's a locking device, so I'm just going to turn it in until it locks. So it's that easy to use. So now it's locked, and here is the chute. So I'm going to feed the fruit through the chute. Now I also wanted to add that if you don't want to make your own chocolate pudding, you can use instant pudding, you can use cooktop pudding, and then you can just add your almonds and coconut to this and freeze it and do the same thing that I did. But if you want to make your own chocolate pudding, the almond chocolate pudding, I have the recipe, and you can just watch the video the whole way through, and then you can do exactly the way I did it. So let's begin. So I like to rotate the bananas. So here's some bananas, and here's my chocolate pudding. So by letting the bananas and the pudding sit for a few minutes, you're not going to have to work the chute as hard because you let it soften up just a little bit. Okay, so this is what it looks like. And you see, when you rotate it and you do it in slices, I find that you don't have to mix it as much. It's going to be really blended in well. And then also, when you take your Unan's machine apart, you're going to find that there's a lot of ice cream still left in there. So let's see how this tastes. It always tastes so good. Very, very tasty. I think you'll enjoy this recipe. And like I said, if you want to see how I made stovetop pudding on the stove, you just keep watching this video and you'll see how I did it. We're going to use 3 cups of carnation milk. So if you use 2 cans, it comes out to 3 cups exactly. But I just wanted to be sure that I told you 3 cups. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take our sugar. And the sugar, we have 2/3 cups of sugar. And we're also going to use 4 tablespoons of cornstarch. We're going to add 2/8 of salt. Hershey's cocoa powder, 6 tablespoons. Now the sugar, you can use any type of sugar you'd like to. I just used mine from Costco, the organic sugar from Kirkland. So you can use whatever you have. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to add in our milk. Keep adding little by little until I get all those lumps out. So it's always best to gradually add your liquids to dry ingredients, because if you just throw it in, you may have a lot of lumps in there. So it's best just to do it little by little and make sure that everything that sits at the bottom of the pan gets stirred in. Okay, so now we're going to add our eggs in. So I'm going to just, it's like 4 egg yolks. So you're just going to cook this on medium heat, and you're going to let it come to a full boil, and you're going to let it boil for 1 minute. And if you all like this recipe, just leave me some comments below, and if you're interested in more, I'd be happy to do more. Okay, so let's just pour in the rest. Let's see. Okay, now it's starting to come to a boil, so I'm going to wait for 1 minute. So I'm timing it right now for 1 minute. So I hope you had prepared a 1/2 cup of coconut and a 1/2 cup of grounded almonds, because you're going to need those shortly. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take my butter, and I have 4 tablespoons of butter right there. And now I'm going to be mixing that in. My stove is off, just so you know. So now that I have the butter, I'm gonna also add in 2 teaspoons of almond extract. That's 1, 2. Going to take your coconut, and that's that 1/2 cup. And you're also going to take your almonds, which was a 1/2 cup. So now I'm just going to stir this in. It's so good. When you mix this with the bananas, it's just so delicious. So the last step here was to put the pudding into the ice cube trays, and then I drizzled on some caramel on top of them, and now I'm going to cover it with saran wrap and put it into the freezer.